Hi, welcome back to my channel. So before I get started, I wanted to show you something. If you saw my previous video, you would know that I've been trying to make things out of air dry clay, and I somewhat successfully made some Hershey Kiss earrings. Okay, so actually there's a peeling problem again. I don't know what the fuck is up, but today's video I wanted to review my own Redbubble shop and kind of just give my opinion on what I think my pieces are. The art is available on various products such as stickers. Hazel, you can't just come in here like that. Y'all can't just interrupt my filming.
She's gonna play with your little football.
Stickers, phone cases, mugs, prints, socks, t-shirts. So why I started my art shop? First, I started my art shop because I needed a sense of purpose in my life. In a time where I have nothing anchoring me down to like a daily routine, I don't have a job, so I can feel pretty aimless each day. And running this little art shop, making designs for it, really helps me just feel, it just really helps me feel like I can wake up and I have a reason to be awake and I have something to do that day. The second reason is for angst, artistic angst at its very core. I gotta get out my feelings in some way, and so being creative in this way does actually help me. Being creative in this way does actually help me deal with my emotional angst about just like life, you know, about things not going exactly the way I want them to, just anything. And I think every person needs a form of creative self-expression for themselves. Reason number 3 is for pride. To make money from a passionate, self-starting like place makes me feel proud. It strengthens my self-esteem to be the example of success that I've always seen others be, and I finally feel like I can go for that and I can try to be that. And have I had success so far? No. Why I chose print on demand. So I figured, as someone with no audience and thus no guaranteed sales, it'd be wisest to leave the products in the hand of a third party. I can't afford to purchase my products in bulk, and I don't have space to store inventory, so why not just let Redbubble do all that for me? I think that's a method that many people should try doing, to take the risk of spending all my money on product that doesn't get sold. So let's get started on reviewing the things in my shop. I'm gonna start with the abstract items first because why not? I actually really like this design. This is one of my favorite abstract ones. When I made it, I wasn't feeling confident. I felt like I was doing the same artistic patterns I always do, which is relying on very like amorphous, blobbish shapes. But ultimately, with the way it came out with the speckled background, I think it really creates a really dynamic abstract piece. And I honestly think that I would have thought that this one would have gotten more favorites on it, but I don't think it did. So this abstract piece was the first one I ever uploaded on here. It was very much a rushed design. If you look closely, my lines are not perfectly squiggled the way they should be. They're not perfectly in line with each other. But I decided to post it anyways because I was afraid of getting trapped in that cycle of perfectionism where I wait too long for something to be perfect before I finally decide to post it, and then I never end up posting it, or I just never end up having enough consistent designs pop up in my shop for them to be recommended to people and users on Redbubble. So I got this out there just because I needed to get it out there. And I will say, painting the background galaxy was pretty fun. It might look like I just used a pre-made background, but I actually did do the galaxy effect myself. This is another abstract image I did. This one was inspired by Avatar: The Last Airbender. The clouds in the sky just made me think of when Aang is using his air glider and flying through the sky, because I actually saw an image on Pinterest that someone made of Aang's air glider along with some clouds, and so I kind of took inspiration from those clouds to draw that. Now, when I originally made this, I used a file format that was not suitable really for phones, and so I had to duplicate it to make it show up on the phone. Basically to cover up the full surface area of the phone, I had to duplicate the pattern. And so that's why it looks like there's a line of demarcation right in the middle, because there is. That's where the pattern started over again. And stylistically, I don't think that was the best. Stylistically, I don't think that's the best thing to do, but I figured it's better than nothing. It's better to upload something imperfect than not upload anything at all. This is an abstract one that I just made. Ooh. Let me not drop my entire iPad. I enjoyed making it. Once again, I relied on my amorphous blobby style of abstract art that makes me feel like I did something even though I didn't really do anything that complicated or like requiring that much skill. But I did get one favorite on this item like soon after I posted it, so that kind of made me feel confident. So this is one of the first few designs I made where I based it off a picture that me and my girlfriend took in the history, the High Museum of Art in Atlanta. They have this one exhibit where it's a very reflective mirror and people usually stand in it and take a picture of themselves. So we did that, and then I went and drew on top of the picture with these blobs and like jagged lines, and I don't know, I just think it looks really cool. I would love to have this, like, I would love to actually buy a print of this and hang it up in my own like bedroom. But I don't even have money to buy my own stuff, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. This abstract piece makes me feel like I'm a graphic designer for like a brand logo. I based it off of my plant that's actually sitting right over there. I don't feel like flipping the camera to show you, but I have a plant that I had on my desk at work, and that's where this piece came from. I just looked at it and drew it, and this was whenever I was trying really hard to get better at like drawing from reference images, because I realized when I don't draw from reference images, my art turns out looking very just like bland and vague, and I'm kind of someone who needs those references because I have been out of the art game and drawing game for so long. This piece also was a turning point for me getting better at matching up different shades of colors with each other. My camera's about to die, so I'm gonna see you later, and I'm gonna record on my phone. So this is an abstract piece I like just made the other day. Angel actually helped inspire me to do it. I originally wanted to draw fruit, so I used a reference image to draw the oranges. And then Angel was like, put some bamboo in the picture. And so I was like, okay, I'll draw some bamboo. So I drew some bamboo, and I actually really like how it turned out. This image is very reminiscent of the early 2000s. It's supposed to be like a Y2K feel. I think I was in my feelings about Limited 2. Do you guys remember Limited 2, the store for like young girls to shop at? Oh, my toes are out. I kind of hate that. It was just a very nostalgic time period, like shopping at Limited 2 as a 12-year-old. I think I was 12. I'm not really sure how old I was. This one actually started off as a painting I made in real life. I did not paint the flower part though. That is from some copy paper I got from what's that store called? Hobby Lobby, and I pasted it on there. I use my own body as reference. Kinda, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen my body the most. But that's not literally supposed to be me, and that's not a literal example of what I look like. Oh, and then, okay, yesterday I made this drawing, and I actually kind of love it, even though, like, because the style of this drawing is a doodle. And when I was making it, I felt kind of embarrassed because it seemed so simplistic. But now looking at it, I kind of love it because it's very doodle-like, and I'm really trying to lean into the fact that, like, doodles count as artwork, because I see so many Instagram pages where all they posted was, like, a doodle, and plenty of people like it. Like, why can't that count? Sometimes we don't know why imagery inspires us or makes us feel something, but I shouldn't stop myself from creating just because I don't understand why that art came to me, you know? And then I have this abstract image, which when I made it, I was so proud of it, but now I'm like, meh. But I'm proud of myself for experimenting and going for it and putting together color combinations that I typically would not see as like attractive to look at. Now I want to move on to pieces that are more apparel friendly. Oh, I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna pause. I need a break.